So why did Trump's UK deal really shake up the EU? Well, there's something to be said about geopolitical realignment for the everyday viewer that seems to be playing out right now in 2025. The bottom line is Trump's UK trade deal in 2025, the US-UK AI alliance, the Anglosphere, geopolitics, you name it, defense, they're all at play here. And today, this video is going to dig into these things a little bit more and give some practical insights. And once again, rely a lot on your important comments that you're always making to help fill in these gaps. So the quiet deal that rippled across Europe, AI cooperation with the United States and UK, fast-track talent exchanges, oh, you better believe it, they're going on, not just between the United States and UK, but all throughout the Anglosphere. There are tax breaks now being negotiated on digital services and defense intelligence alignment that's happening at a very, very rapid rate. Once again, I think there's a deep trust between the different countries here in the Anglosphere. And whether you're in Canada, and I know Canada, things are a little bit shaky right now, but I do expect those to be ironed out. The UK, Australia, just to name a few. The fact is, there's a lot of big things going on right now. Let's check out this Bloomberg clip that's going to give us a little bit more insight. Check it out.
Britain is back on the world stage.
Is Donald Trump's negotiating style rubbing off on Keir Starmer? The UK and the EU have just met in here in London, Lancaster House, to reset their post-Brexit relationship. But rather like the UK Prime Minister agreeing to that trade pact with Washington and Donald Trump's 10% minimum tariff, Starmer has just made another big sacrifice, this time on a classic Brexit issue, fish. Originally, we understand that the UK government only wanted to agree to extend reciprocal fishing rights for 4 years, but what they've agreed to is to extend them to 2038 for 12 years. But in return from Brussels, they've got food checks extended also for the same amount of time. And actually, that's more significant for the UK economy. But this is rather like Donald Trump in another way. This agreement today leaves many unanswered questions, including on youth mobility. So what's clear is today's meeting is just the first of many to come.
So why is the EU panicking? France and Germany warn of Anglosphere domination. And that's nothing new. I think there's been concern about that for the past 200 years from both of those nations. And I'm an English-speaking person like the rest of you. But I can understand why some of these countries could have a little bit of concern. And they're good countries. They're wonderful countries. And they have a lot of our same Western culture, Western ideas, and Western goals. So we want to make sure that we're treating these countries fairly, thoughtfully, and really doubling down on our relationships. The last thing in the world we want to do is leave anybody in Europe really hanging, right? But what's playing out? Well, there's a NATO 2.0, right? Tech and finance realignment outside Brussels. That's something that's very, very real. And with the Brexit that took place, 4 or 5 years ago now, the fact is that there may be some reason for the EU to feel a little bit nervous right now, and I get it. The Financial Times calls this an unprecedented bilateral leverage that's taking place within the Anglosphere, particularly between the United States and the UK. So what does this mean for us on Main Street? The UK and more U.S. market access and AI hiring wave, it's very real. And as AI heats up, we can just count on this really shifting into high gear. Another thing to take into consideration is the United States trade with a trusted military partner. There's lots of areas to train, right? This drone technology, for instance, it's very real, and both the United States and the UK are learning a ton from what's going on between Russia and the Ukraine. And make no doubt about it, those innovations are coming right to our countries. And as a result, we're both going to benefit by what's going on inside that theater of war. The bottom line is Canada, Australia. I know I have viewers from both of those countries on this channel as well. Make no question about it, I would not be shocked one bit if there's going to be a higher degree of realignment with you as well, as in your two countries are going to be priorities with the United States. Now, of course, what if you're the EU? I don't think the EU is going to be left out. I think individual countries in particular will be very, very open to new trade deals with the United States. I don't think Trump likes the overregulation that's often affiliated with the EU. I get it, and you should too. The fact is that we are much better off having individual deals with the countries that want to trade fairly and that probably aren't going to stick it to our companies, our pharmaceuticals, etc. And if you get that, you get a lot. The bottom line is the president says himself he doesn't want the United States involved in bad trade deals anymore. So, hey, folks, no matter where you're listening, do me a favor, drop a flag in the comments because I love to know where you're from. And I'm Brian. I'm from the United States. You can count on that flag being dropped in this particular video. Remember, stay healthy. The biggest battle we're fighting is the one between our ears. And I want to remind you that I've enjoyed spending this time with you. Catch you next video. Have a great day.